Hello friends, this is Dr. Jason Ambrose from Providence Neuro. I saw one child with a complaint of headache, hardly about 10 years old. When I asked him what he does from morning to night every day, here's what he told. He wakes up at 7 o'clock, hurries to get to school. He sits there in school all day till 5 o'clock. At 5 o'clock in the evening, he comes back home, has coffee, and then goes off to tuition. Finishes tuition and comes back home at 9 o'clock. By the time he is very tired, so he watches videos in his mother's phone till 11 o'clock and then he goes to sleep. I asked what he watches in the cell phone, and his mother came to his support. She said he wants to be a space scientist, so he keeps watching videos about outer space, which are mainly educational. Now, can any of you tell me what important thing is missing from this child's life? The answer is boredom. For some reason, we have always been uncomfortable with boredom. In those days, we purchased comics, newspapers, and magazines to read while traveling. Then came the Walkman with headphones, and then came the portable DVD player to watch movies on the go. And now we have a more powerful tool to kill boredom, and that is the smartphone. But is boredom really something useless or unimportant? Let's find out. Daniel Goleman, in his book called Focus, describes two types of attention. The first type is focused attention or concentration, but there's a second type of attention which is called open awareness, which is different from focused attention or concentration. He describes a mind that is free to wander and so is free to create new ideas. When the mind is relaxed and wandering, the EEG shows a alpha rhythm, which is the normal resting rhythm of the brain. The part of the brain that is the seat of conscious thoughts is the outer surface, that is the cortex. But you know what? There is a lot of thinking going on in deeper regions of the brain which we are not aware of. These regions include the hippocampus, amygdala, and even the thalamus and basal ganglia. This is the unconscious part of the mind. It's only when we are resting or relaxing, this unconscious part of the mind pushes its idea into consciousness. That is why we sometimes get a sudden solution to a problem after a good sleep. There are stories of scientists who couldn't find the solution to a problem in the lab, but the discovery suddenly came to them when they were resting. I'll give you some examples. A scientist called Auguste Kekulé was trying to find the structure of an organic compound called benzene. So far, all the organic compounds were straight chains of carbon atoms, but with benzene, something did not fit. One day, he was sitting and daydreaming, and he was thinking of carbon atoms twisting and dancing like snakes. And suddenly, he thought of an ancient symbol where a snake bites its own tail. That's when he realized that benzene's structure should be a circle, and nowadays students of chemistry know this very well, that benzene has a ring structure. When Archimedes was sitting in his bathtub, he suddenly discovered a core principle of physics, and he was so excited with his discovery that he ran around in the streets saying, "Eureka, Eureka." Sir Isaac Newton was sitting under a tree. He was feeling bored, and when he saw an apple fall, he had a burst of creativity and he ended up discovering gravity. James Watt was also bored when he was watching a boiling kettle, and he ended up inventing the steam engine. Coming back to our modern lifestyle, we and our children, what are we missing? Obviously, we are missing out the benefits of boredom. The constant stimulation of the outside world snuffs out our originality. We fear boredom so much that we try to kill boredom with external distraction. Even while studying, our attention wanders and we check our phones. While watching TV also, we keep checking our phones. Guess what? If Isaac Newton had a smartphone, we may not be studying physics today. I'll give you some suggestions on how to escape from the constant stimulation. Number 1, start journaling. Pick up a pen and paper and start writing in your diary. Write down your plans and priorities in the old-fashioned way and write down whatever comes to mind. This is incredibly powerful and it will do wonders to declutter your mind. Number 2, now and then take a walk without any destination, without any goal, without counting the number of steps walked and the number of calories burnt. Let your mind also roam as your feet roam. Number 3, When you're feeling bored, try talking to someone in the real world instead of turning to the digital world. Our brains are wired for social activity, and talking to people is a very healthy activity for our mind. And last but not the least, practice mindfulness. Watch your thoughts, notice the wandering, and instead of worrying that your mind is wandering away from something, peacefully notice that it is wandering towards something. So, the conclusion: a healthy amount of mind wandering is essential for creativity, emotional balance, and mental health. We and our children too need to learn how to be bored and not depend on continuous stimulation and distraction. If this video made you rethink your relationship with distraction, give it a like, share this video with a friend, and hit subscribe. Meet you in the next video.